to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Hello everyone and welcome along to Eventfinda Stadium, the Kahu hosting the Hoiho in what will be the last game of round 4 of Tauihi. And Casey Frank is alongside me, Andrew Mulligan, for what will be a very interesting game because the Hoiho, they won their first game. They were 0-6 heading into the game against the Phi on Sunday afternoon. They got up in Dunedin. It was great to see. There were scenes of jubilation at the end, almost relief actually. And the Kahu will be very mindful, even though they're 7-0, they'll be very mindful of how the Hoiho are traveling because they pushed them close twice already.
Well, no one has played the Kahu better than the Hoiho in their 2 games. They've won by 5, they've won by 4, and they've held them to one of their lowest scoreline of the year as well, 50 points in the opener. There's something about the style of this Hoiho team that the Kahu really struggle with, and today we're going to see another contrast in styles of strength in the interior of the Hoiho against the strength on the perimeter of the Kahu, led by that woman right there, Talia Tupaya.
Yeah, Talia Tupaya, they are possessing a very good backcourt. Here's the table. Now, the Hoiho, you can see they've got that win there. In case you were saying if they get up, if they get one win, you know, it might be just game on. They could easily make the playoffs.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. They're only 2 games out of the loss column to get into it, 2 games out of the win column as well. You get a couple wins on the run, all of a sudden this thing looks very, very different. And they've been playing well enough to defeat some teams. They just need to put 4 quarters of basketball together.
The Phi got up last night over the Tokomanawa Queens, which will be a relief for the Phi. Don't want to go 0-2 on a road trip. And the mainland Poakai ready to play a game to tip off round 5. And that will be against the Queens, Cal Stadium on Sunday night at 5 p.m. The Phi and the Kahu will go at it. On Sunday afternoon, Casey and myself will be on the call. Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre of Tauranga. The Hoiho will go up against the mainland Poakai, the Queenstown Event Centre on Monday night, August 1st. Looking forward to this game, especially the way the Hoiho play down the stretch. And you know that Samara Gallagher will have a big impact on this game, and it'll be something that they will be mindful of. Natalie Vizca will hope to bottle what they had down the stretch and make sure that they can recapture it and play tonight like that. She's with Casey Frank right now.
Well, Coach, coming off the first victory of the season, you got to be elated, but now you play the Northern Kahu. First place, still undefeated, but you guys play them really well. 2 losses under 5 points. What is it about your style that gives them so much trouble?
If I knew exactly, we might have had a W before. Though I think it's matchups, personnel, you know. They might struggle with a couple of our matchups, and I think maybe that's the issue there. And also, we're not as organized, so they struggle with a less organized play. Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely way of a coach speak there. I appreciate it highly. Looking at your own team, certainly led from the front by Lena Snyder, but it's about the unsung heroes, especially in the victory. One of the players that really stood out was Zoe Richards. Can you talk about her contributions to the team this season?
Yeah, Zoe's one of those players that reads the game fairly well. Like, you just let her kind of just see what's open, and Lena's gets a lot of attention. So, I mean, if I was Zoe, I'd be doing what she is too, just cutting to the ball. They fall asleep on her a little bit, and she can score. She can score in multiple ways, so she's kind of shown that, and she's shown that she wants the ball at the end of games. So it's really awesome for us to see that. It gives her confidence.
Well, looking forward to another close one tonight. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Yeah, the Northern Kahu will be mindful of what the Hoiho can do, and for that will be Lena Schneider. How do they get her going in this game?
Well, Lena Snyder is really about where she's catching the ball. If it's in a spot where she can be pretty dangerous. If she can catch it on the elbows, she's got a lot of ability from that area as well as in the low post. At times, the Hoiho have struggled with the entry passes, so that is something that they can get right. It makes the offensive flow a lot easier. Otherwise, it tends to dry up like the Sahara.
She definitely got her touches. 21 and 8 and 4 assists. There is a starting 5, and that was in the win over the Phi. Here's the starting 5 for your Northern Kahu. 4 guards by the looks of it. It's all perimeter players.
Yeah, Madison Wolf pulled out of the starting lineup. Looks like the Kahu are going to try to run them to death in this one. Had I heard about it before the interview, I would have talked about it. But instead, this is me catching up with assistant coach Leon Walker not too long ago.
Well, Coach, another one in the books coming up today. You're still undefeated, but you're coming up against a team in the Southern Hoiho that you struggled with a little bit this year. They played you tougher than anybody. What is it about their style that gives you guys difficulty?
Oh, look, they're a really gritty team, and as you said, they are tough to battle up against, and you know, they hold on to teams and push teams you know, for now longer periods of the game. For us, I think in our first one, we didn't get away to a good start, and that's something that we're looking at improving. And you know, with Hoiho, we definitely have to focus on that. But they're a tough team, a gritty team, and it's going to be a good battle out there tonight.
And speaking about the Kahu, led from the front by Michaela Cox and Thalia Tupaia. But you've got a lot of unsung heroes. What is it about the team that's been able to travel so well outside of some of your big guns?
Look, I think Michaela and Talia, with their experience, just lead into the younger players, the less experienced players, picking up on that. And everybody just has to take part and do their own job in the game. So, you know, we've got Tay out there, we've got Tera and Crystal that just come in and do the jobs that they need to do. When we get Gabby in or Jazz, again, they've got roles that they have to fill, and they just take the lead from the likes of Michaela and Talia and do the jobs that they need to do.
Well, the job's been getting done this year. I'm looking forward to another chance at it tonight.
And that is the Kahu bench. And Leanne Walker there with Casey. Timing is everything in this game, Casey. But what will Coach Jody Cameron be working on for this game to start off right?
Well, with that lineup they've got, it's got to be all about running. They're going to really struggle to contain the interior power of the Hoiho. Cheslick on the glass, Lena Snyder scoring in the post. That's going to be a focus. They're going to have to double team there, but they're going to have to get out and run to counter that interior attack and make them pay on the other end. And here we have a look at the head-to-head.
Now,
the scoring difference, there's a big one there.
There's a big one there, Casey, but I like the assists for the Hoiho for the amount of points they are scoring.
Yeah, they are certainly an unselfish team and a lot of facilitation going on between the players. For the Kahu, there's a lot of one-on-one. Thalia Tupaia is one of the best scorers on the wing there is. Michaela Cox as well. They've got options galore that can get it done. Question is, will the Hoiho defense today force an alternative to that strategy?
Referees for tonight. And we to question the fact that, hey, give it to your best scorer and get out of the way when you're 7-0. And it's worked so far.
It has worked. They certainly run a lot of other stuff as well. But they have that ability to score one-on-one from the point of attack. And any player will tell you, if you could just give me the ball and get out of the way, go ahead and do that.
Now ready for a tip for this game. And it is good to go. This game between the Kahu and the Hoiho underway. It's the Kahu with the ball. Crystal Ledger Walker has the ball. Good defense so far. Not a lot of options for Grays. And then Grays on the pop out will miss the three, but the offensive rebounds will fall nicely to Tera Reid, and that seemed to be the problem for the Hoiho in the game against the Fight, not being able to get the glass and clean it up. Shot there for Lena Schneider. That is a good start for the Hoiho.
Great start for Lena Snyder. Excellent look in her scoring position. But you can see how quick the Kahu are coming back and putting pressure on that transition defense of the Hoiho.
Tupaia with 10 on the shot clock. Inside to Grays, and that is just a beautiful pass.
Don knew where the rolling Grays was the entire time. Drew those two defenders, and Crystal Ledger Walker right back. Michaela Cox finishes it off.
Wow, they're at the guard rotation. Absolutely all over the Hoiho at the moment.
Well, they are punishing them up the court. I love this strategy by the Kahu. They have really changed the way they play. They looked at the stats and said, we have struggled against this team. Let's change up the style, and they're off and running again.
Pressure is mounting now. Cox felt the contact, put it up. And it will come off Michaela Cox and the Hoiho. Catch a break.
Well, look at the aggression of the Kahu in transition. There's no handbrake in the car today.
Tell you what, Tessa Dugan's going to have a heck of a game trying to get the ball with Michaela Cox all over her. And the Kahu all over the Hoiho, who are trying to get in just to probably their second offensive set of the game. And it's going to be a long two. Falls to Grace.
Troubling thing for the Hoiho there, no one on the offensive glass. They do get a lot of success there. Really worried about that transition, so getting back early.
The miss from Tupaia. And then running the floor, but broken up by Mate Grays. Here comes Tupaia. looking at midcourt, giving it back to Grays, and wowee, the Kahu are up and down the floor and they have an 8-2 lead.
And really passing the ball well. You mentioned the assists were a bit lower for them compared to the baskets, but tonight it's all about making that extra pass, especially down low, to get that easier shot.
Dugan with 7 on the shot clock, goes herself, too strong off the glass, and Grays with another rebound, and then we've got a foul. I believe that's going to be on Snyder.
Tauihi Dugan drives all the way to the cup. Really nice seal by Lena Schneider when she recognized what happened there, as we see the finish by Grays on the pass earlier.
Mate Grays, 133 games for DePaul, played in Greece and Slovakia as well, and we've got a foul. Yes. Half court on Michaela Cox. Trying to bring it up. Olivia O'Neill called for the personal.
And a very short bench for the Hoiho today. Just 8 players on the court total. They've got 3 on the bench. They've lost a couple to personal issues. Dr. Kestrup had a shift tonight, I believe.
Well, good on her, because we know that how short-staffed hospitals are at the moment. Auckland born and bred Kestrup, but entered in hospital.
Hoiho creating good opportunities. They should be pretty confident in what's working, but they just got to convert.
Here's Cox, the Tall Ferns legend. Gives it up. And broken up. O'Neill with it. Kahu are back. Snyder trying to just corral that pass behind it.
The difference in pace between the two teams in transition is palpable.
Chesley not getting a lot of touches, but here is O'Neill. 2 to shoot. And that just hits the rim for Dugan. But Kahu good defensively. Now they're trying to run again. Mate Grays posting up on Cheslick in the key. She steps out, looked at it, gives it up to Tupai, and that is cash money.
Gets the roll, called early by Andrew Mulligan with confidence, and because that is a heck of a shooter right there. Timeout to the Hoiho. They need to discuss things. This is not the start they envisioned after getting their first win of the season.
It's her gym, and she pulled the trigger as soon as she got it.
You are correct. This is a fantastic start for the Kahu, but the Hoiho, they are running into a buzzsaw. I do not think they expected to see this pace of the game. I'd be looking, if I was Coach Visger, to just start slowing things down a bit. I don't want to go to the counterattack. Getting sped up is making things difficult for them in their half court. They're going to have to send extra bodies back, but there's a real opportunity on the offensive glass. The Kahu are running. They should have some chances there to get some second chance points and slow down the running game because of it.
How hard is that to do, though, if you're the Hoiho and you're feeling that extended pressure that the Kahu are doing as well, trying to bring it up the floor sometimes creates a disjointed offensive set. Maybe you're not going to get a lot of action run out of it.
Yeah, that's 100% the point of getting up and in, trying to speed up your opposition. You want them to feel like they're heard. You want them to feel uncomfortable. And so far in this game, that's the way it's working. What can you do to combat that? Maybe set a screen up high, take away some of that ball pressure, make the point of attack defenders think there might be something coming their way so they're not defending so tightly. But a lot of it is going to have to do with pass fakes and just starting to get the ball in the bucket. Tough to play transition D if you're not taking it out of the net.
There's more pressure. Ledger Walker, Crystal Ledger Walker. Here's Snyder. Comes into trouble in the paint. Tupai, steal. She's triple teamed at midcourt though, and Snyder has it. Gives it up to Chislick, who's fouled, and that is welcome relief for Shelby Chislick and the Hoiho. She'll go to the line to shoot 2, down 11-2.
The intensity of the Kahu has been impressive. Even that foul there by Terrell Reed coming in and ensuring that there will be no easy buckets for the Hoiho this evening, taking away what looked like a sure opportunity for Cheslick. She will head to the regime and try to earn it from there.
Terrell Reed takes a seat as Olivia Berry, another guard, comes into the game from Rangitoto. Ellie Visger, a bit of a hole with their team at the moment. She's looked for the second and can't get that roll. Looking up is Ledger Walker. Famous name in New Zealand basketball, gives up to Mate Grays and knocked away. by the impressive Zoe Richards, who was great down the stretch.
And you heard about Coach Fisger talk about her in the pregame. She wants the ball late. She does the right thing. She cuts without the basketball, makes that offense go. She's going to have to do a lot of that tonight.
Now that three ball is good from Michaela Cox, shooting 34.5% from three.
Pointed on. I think that was just a little short. That was a 2. So stretches the lead out to 10.
Cheslick faces up. Too strong. Good offensive rebound. Another one.
Well, there it is. Attacking the offensive glass. Some opportunities there.
Mismatch. Oh, great fake. Lena Schneider with the left hand, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Excellent use of the fake, and then the quick rip through to earn that foul from Olivia Berry.
Samara Gallagher on the offensive rebounds as well. She was great down the stretch. As O'Neill comes back in the game, and Gallagher takes a seat for the Hoiho.
Snyder. Must have been a while since it's been this long with her. Just 2 points on the scoreboard. Scores the first from the Rosine there.
Snyder, yeah, coming into this round, averaging just a tick under 20, 9.3 rebounds a game. Decent from 3 at 38%.
Good settling free throws the last couple of possessions, but now need some answers on this end of the court where the pace is really causing the Hoiho problems.
Wyatt, sag off her. Now they're harassing. And then she's just going to go to work. Puts it high off the glass, too strong. Knocks it away, but it will remain with the Hoiho. Pushing it. And broken up. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Snyder gives it up.
Tapia really active defensively today.
Rusk inside. And Snyder misses that. Marte Grays with the rebound.
Tapia, physical defense in the post, making that shot difficult.
Walker fired it to Berry, gives it to Tapia. Ball movement to Marte Grays in the key. And oh, she just runs into Cheslick.
Watch out for that brick wall.
Berry for 3. And the rebound. So they're going big, you could say. The Hoiho, they probably don't have a lot of choice, to be honest, with that short bench.
It is a short bench. It is most of their big lumber is on the court right now.
Richards. Excuse me, it was O'Neill. That's my bad, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. They were patient with their offense. They got an okay look, and unfortunately couldn't convert.
Just a little bit rushed for Cheslick to try and get that up in time, but I like the patience. I like using the full 24 to slow down that offense. That's another strategy. Just make them defend, get them involved in as much action as possible to tire those legs out so you don't have to deal with it on your defensive end.
Madison Wolf is in the game. Tapia kicks it out. Did you Walker for 3, and that's money.
This is the smoothest their offense has looked, I think, for me this season. The way that the ball's moving inside, outside, the pace with which they're playing, and the confidence that everyone is letting shots fly.
Broken up nicely by Wolf. Here's Berry.
Madison Wolf with that really good anticipation, forcing the turnover. Can she get rewarded on this end?
That 3 is good from Marte Gray, showing her range. She's shooting 34.5%, like I said earlier, and that is another timeout for the Hoiho in this first quarter. Just under 3 minutes to go.
And a good timeout. You've got to use them up because right now, whatever strategy they have is not the one that's going to work. And to be honest, with the personnel that Kahu are using, I'm not sure the Hoiho have a lot in the bag to try and combat it. It is going to be a tough ask if the Kahu continue to shoot at this rate. They are 3 for 6 from deep, 61% overall, 5 for 7 from inside the key. They are just not missing. Everything is going their way, crashing the glass well at the same time, and for the most part taking care of the basketball. Everything is going to plan for Coach Jody Cameron and the Kahu so far.
Natalie Biscuit And the Hoiho just the one field goal so far in this game. They're 3 or 4 from the line. And conversely for the Kahu, 8 of 13. Getting their way with 5 of 7 inside the three-point arc. They've hit 3 threes already. And they already have 7 assists on their 8 made field goals. So, in your face about the assists.
Yeah, how about that?
Score ratio I brought up in their head-to-head.
Well, that's
I'm embarrassed.
I believe it was around 12 a game they averaged on the season, so well above half of that already. And the first quarter still with a ways to go.
Oh, that's a nice play. And another trip to the foul line. And this time it'll be Samara Gallagher back in the game. And that is a good play out of a timeout.
Yeah, using their aggressiveness against them, really denying up and in on the wings, that high post entry, the backdoor cut, a real simple play, but an effective one to try and slow down this defensive intensity of the Kahu.
Samara Gallagher, very good from the line. And she was very good in the win as well. She had 7.6 rebounds and an assist, but she was great down the stretch, doing everything they could to get that first win, and they got it on their home floor as well in front of their fans. As Grays misses that, why not pull the trigger? And you're up 19-7, and we've got a foul in the key. Looking for the number. Did you get an angle on that case?
Did not see what the number was from referee Taylor Adamson, but
we can just wait until the play-by-play
yeah,
catches
we'll
up.
go with that one. But there was definitely a foul.
We'll let you know.
Called.
And that is just a poor play, straight out of bounds.
Well, the first unforced miscue, really, that we've seen from the Kahu. And the 12-point lead has the Kahu completely in control, but they are not resting defensively.
That was Jason Tini with the turnover, unfortunately. There's Gallagher again, tied up by Wolf.
Foul called on Wolf, and we'll have free throws once again for Gallagher, which is quickly becoming the Hoiho's best offensive weapon. Just one made field goal up to this point, 1 for 9. Just not getting a lot of great looks, and a few they've had, the defense has been instrumental enough to force the miss.
And they are 5 of 7 from the Razine. Gallagher again back at the line. And goes empty-handed. That was unlucky for the Hoiho. And Gallagher. Here's Ledger Walker in the mid-court Wolf screen, and she finds the big roll in straight to the cup, kicks it out. Berry going to go back to Wolf. Madison Wolf using the size and the step through. Nice footwork, but empty-handed. Here come the Hoiho. A rare fast break.
Great defense by Snyder on that play. Rewarded on this end.
Snyder for that 2, gets it. Dana Schneider, that might be where she can operate in this game.
And I like that, looking at the trailer in transition, dribble all the way to the cup to really draw those defenders in and then find your best player on the trail.
3 out from Tini, and that is missed. Rebound for the Hoiho. Get another stop. So trying to finish strong here with 90 seconds to go in this first quarter. Schneider going back to back, but it's bubbled around, and there is Zoe Richards stepping through, almost thought about it, kicks it out. Russ goes to the left. Teddy's giving her the left, shoots with the right. Too strong, Gallagher tips it. Who's there? It's Gallagher again. She can't get that to go. Madison Wolf cleans it all up.
Really appreciate the work rate from the Hoiho, though. They are not stepping back from the challenge as Teddy gets pinged with the double dribble there. But really great response from the Hoiho. You know, a lot of teams go down early like this. You see things aren't going your way. You can see some heads hang. You can see the body language change, but that has not been the case here in the first quarter. This is a team that's been through some adversity and understands that the tough times may not last.
A tip, but it falls to Cheslett.
Easy pucket once she's able to gather it, but there's those entry passes. They have to do a better job of getting their big players catches in spots where they can score. Got to work around the defense, can't pass it through hands.
Quick passing, but again it's Gallagher. Gives it up to Richards, her running mate to her left. She's tied up nicely. That is tremendous defense from Tera Reid.
Wow, great hand. Stands up to take the charge. Zoe Richards, nice footwork to try and avoid it, but Tera Reid moves with her and snatches it out of bounds, hits it on the ground, and Zoe Richards can't avoid touching it again before it bounces to the floor.
Shot clock differential about 4.5 seconds.
Feel like the Kahu won't need it.
No, I think you're right. Wolf's fouled and one.
Oh.
And Shelby Chislick has her arms up in the air and like, what?
Well, from our angle, certainly couldn't see the angle of contact sitting here in the commentary booth. But over there, the lean over, possibly the moving to the hips.
The referee is indicating, he's saying it was on the leg, hip area.
Well, it's not the first time I've seen things differently from the official, but Chislick doesn't fight it. They still got 9 seconds to try and cut this lead under double digits.
It's Rusk. Tough entry pass, but it will stay with the Hoiho with 3 seconds to go in this first quarter. Down 20-11.
Difficult to get it to a player Chislick sides by passing it down low. Gotta go high with it.
Rusk puts it up. Front of the rim, and that'll do us after 1 quarter at Eventfinda Stadium. And it is a comfortable 11-point lead for the Kahu over the visiting Southern Hoiho, 22-11.
Wrong.
Starting off at opposite ends of the courts. You're going to dribble to halfway. Once you get to halfway, we're going to do the little run around. We had a bit of a practice one before. You start off with your legs, then you go around your tight in the middle, and then around your hips and finish. Then you go and come back and try and score a goal. All within 30 seconds. Ready to roll, girls? 3, 2, 1, let's go! Right, dribbling up, we've got Tauihi Basketball to halfway. Time for the little wrap around. We're going to legs, we're going to middle, we're going to top. Now back, we've got 2 seconds to score a goal. First one, we've got one up there, come let it go long. 3 more seconds to go, come on. You got this. So Tauihi Bar, oh, just short that time. Get a bit more, yeah, the winner, as he takes the ball. Next to GJ, we got one on the scene as well, do we? All right, we've got 2 minutes. That is very good, I think it's nothing in third. Let's again with Sophie and Eva, our champions of the GJ down the home. The back around challenge, 4 seconds score. The girls got game back to take under these lines. And so I think the girls got games.
RMI to Eventfinda Stadium on North Shore of Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. It is the Northern Kahu who have led the whole way through the first quarter time break. They lead 22-11 to the Northern Kahu over the Southern Hoiho. And just the pace and effort and defensive intensity, almost 94 feet of it, has been the difference.
It really has. The execution has been solid on both sides. The conversion rate certainly a bit higher for the Kahu. Hoiho initially really affected by that defensive pressure. They've rebounded well to find a little bit of rhythm, but they've got themselves a big hole that can only be dug out of if they pick up the defensive effort and start to contain some of those perimeter jump shots in particular.
Second quarter underway. There is Gallagher with 7 on the shot clock. Chislick, no, it's a travel.
Oh my.
Ah, Shelby Chislick's robbed of a nice little bank shot in the key.
Really good hand shown there as well to try and grab that ball from high.
Tapia. Oh. She would have been annoyed it was all iron before in the first quarter. Nothing but net on that one.
Looking like one of those kind of nights for Talia Tapia. She is locked in early, just 2 for 4 from the field.
Ah, she's done it again, Gallagher. Sorry, Casey, but she's going to the line for an and one. And This is what I like about her. She just takes the game by the scruff of the neck.
Smiling assassin, always having a great time out there, but is really keeping the pressure on the Kahu and keeping their defense honest. Snyder not having an explosive game, really solid, 6 points already, but it's the scoring threat of Gallagher that's keeping this D honest.
Samara Gallagher now. He's got 5 in the game. The leading scorer is Marty Grays, 7, and Schneider with 6. Tauihi. Gallagher with the defensive assignment on her. Michaela Cox didn't quite like it on the release, looked at it, but they do get it back to the Northern Kahu.
Well, there's no hesitation for shooting good shots right now, and that's enabling the offensive rebounders to get great position because they know the shot's going up.
Schneider kicks it out to Dugan. High arcing 3 is a little wide to the right. Reed with it. Looking up, she's got Cox to her left. Tauihi to her right, excuse me, other way around. I'm getting confused. It doesn't matter, that's another 3. Tini gets that to go down.
Oh, the secondary transition just coming once again down in that trailer spot. Defenders all inside the paint. Leaving an easy look for Tini.
You know, 5 for 11 on the 3. And Richards with a big rebound for the Hoiho.
Starting to collect those offensive rebounds. That's number 5.
Gallagher, quick release, knocks down that 3. Samara Gallagher with 6 points in this quarter. Lead is now just 11 again. When I say just, it looks like the Hoiho run is on. 28-17. Foul on the drive. And Reed will head to the Resine for 2 shots.
Well, there's just no time to rest for the Hoiho. Every time something goes right for them, they are back on their heels defensively because the speed is with the counterattack is coming. There we see a really nice cut down the middle, but a better pass delivered right on action, and Tara Reed will get another opportunity from the stripe. Getting the first from the Resine.
This is what you have to like about the Kahu is just their dedication to make that pass. There are multiple passes on possessions. I would say a minimum of 5.
And this is very different to what this matchup was a week ago, where the Kahu were much more stagnant, didn't have this kind of flow to the offense, certainly didn't have this much speed in their game. They have gone, checked out the film, and found something that they like. Hoiho are starting to pick it up and react, but it's a big hole already.
An offensive foul for Zoe Richards.
The physicality of Thalia Dubai on both ends. Look at her just all over Zoe Richards, getting up and in, and Zoe Richards drops that shoulder to try and just slow down some of the pressure. It gets pinged for it.
Oh, good hustle from Schneider. Left hand is good. Lena Schneider making it herself now.
Well, Hoiho have had excellent anticipation on the defensive end, but that's the first time it led directly to a fast break opportunity.
Oh, Richards has picked up his second. It's a cheap foul with the left arm. And that will be her second. They cannot afford to lose someone like Zoe Richards, so she does have to take a seat. Dugan sits as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep these bodies rotated through. Looks like they're going to try and go 7 deep tonight. Alicia Busk and Tyler Mitchell have yet to get in the ball game.
Stay ready.
Stay ready.
Stay ready.
You don't know.
Oh, wow. Reed knocks down another 3. This time, the lead bumps back up. It's to 12 now. Snyder gets the roll for the Hoiho.
Response after response from both sides. But trading 2s for 3s is just only going to see that deficit extend for the Hoiho.
Gallagher tipping it away from Tauihi. And just stick to her. Tauihi, she's averaging 18.8 points a game. Shooting just 29.5% from 3, but should be disappointed in that. She looks like she's at least a 38 to 40% three-point shooter.
But it's a heat check for her at all times. Oh, great block by Snyder. She is all over the place defensively.
Need to get it up. And there's Snyder's defense all day long.
Snyder's defense first, and then Smart Gallagher, quick on the ball, just jumps right onto it, denying any extra activity from Michaela Cox. And yes, they're down quite a bit, but I really am impressed by the effort levels they're putting out here. It's a 12-point deficit, but they continue to work, especially on the defensive end. Speaking of Michaela Cox.
No quit in Michaela Cox, ever.
Turning Rusk around side to side multiple times, forcing her.
Three-time champion in the Australian Women's NBL with the Townsville Fire. She's played 240 games for the Fire. She missed a season to have a daughter, Hazel. It's back into it again. Michaela Cox is an absolute weapon.
Well, I actually thought Tapia might have got a little bit of Gallagher's hand on that one, causing the air ball. But either way, going the other direction.
There is Cox.
And the depth, as this game goes along, the depth of the Kahu is really going to come to the forefront. They keep rotating bodies in and out.
Tapia, real strong. Grays, Marte Grays with a great rebound. It's Reed for three. Why not?
She is looking.
Tara Reed with another three.
So locked in right now. Put into the starting lineup and up to 10 points already.
Matches Snyder's 10.
Oh, look at that post.
Chesley right in the guts of the paint.
I do like attacking with your size. The Kahu are sticking with this small lineup. If the Hoiho can continue to just really put the pressure on down low, they can get some of these players into foul trouble. They are guarding out of position. Marta Grays right now playing the center spot. But she is probably giving up 5 inches in that matchup with Cheslick. And she's matched up there. Tara Reed that time. I mean, she's quite often a guard playing on the swing, but they have to get the defense done down low with the matchups they've got on the court.
Not a great free throw shooter, unfortunately, for Cheslick this season. Sub 50%, misses the second, splits the pair. Cox turns it over. Comes Gallagher, pushes off Cox as well, does well. Nice bounce pass, but guess who it is? It's Michaela Cox, who doesn't lose her stride, runs hard, and then turns it over off the Hoiho.
Wow.
And we have a timeout for the Northern Kahu and Jodie Cameron. Just a little ragged at the other end, but Michaela Cox making things happen.
Michaela Cox, is that a 16-year vet?
Yeah, it is.
From way out of the play.
She got bumped.
In a game they have a 14-point lead, and she's hustling her butt off that far just to get that tip and earn possession. This is why the Kahu are sitting in first place as General Manager Matt Lacey looks on with joy and elation.
Seems nonplussed. On the inside, probably different. But always work in the room, Matt Lacey. Always a pleasure to see him. Jodie Cameron, what a coach Matt has in Jodie Cameron. 36-22 with 5:12 to go in this half. Nice crowd in on a rainy Auckland Tuesday night. The weather has been horrific. I hope you're rugged up and safe and sound wherever you are. I think people call it winter here, actually, Casey.
I think that is what people call it. And it is in full effect. Of course, this would just seem like a bit of a summer vacation for the Hoiho coming up north with what everybody's been dealing with down there.
Kahu are shooting 54% in this game. 7 threes. They're 7 of 15. And just 3 assists for the Hoiho in this game on the 7 field goals. 11 assists on 13 field goals, Casey, for the Kahu.
Oh, just fantastic unselfishness. You can see the way the ball's moving around the perimeter. They're just keeping that thing on a wire, pinging it around, forcing the defenders to adjust.
Gallagher in the passing lanes, making things happen again.
And they have forced a lot of turnovers, but haven't been able to convert enough of them to really dip into this lead.
Gallagher looking for Cheslick. There's 8 to shoot. Is it Snyder missing that? Excuse me, it's not. That is Rusk who misses that on the far side from our position. But they do have another possession.
Ooh.
And Snyder stepping through, misses though. And ripped away.
Oh, that was clean. Unfortunate. for O'Neal there.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a pretty clean strip. There might have been some arm on the other side of the ball from us. But the effort goes unrewarded as she picks up her second personal foul. Love the move from Snyder, though. She created a lot of space. Too bad she couldn't get the finish.
Oh, Michaela Cox knocks that down.
So much space on the perimeter. Worried about the players inside, but that catch on the wing, she has no hesitation on the shot, and she is aggressive offensively. 3 for 6 now, 7 points.
And we've got a foul on the inside on Cheslick. Push off. That came through the key.
Her second personal foul. And she's reacting to some of the physicality that she's being played with. Not getting the benefit of the doubt on those post-ups and being allowed to be defended pretty physically.
Here's Tupaia kicking it out. Why not? Reed is automatic from 3 tonight.
Oh my goodness. They are putting on a shooting display and a half. Just look after look, the penetration is creating for him.
She is 3 for 3 from deep as Schneider gets another bucket.
Lovely bit of basketball down the lane, finishing with the left again.
Cox with the fake, and that's Marte Gray's foul.
Hacked by Gallagher there, forcing her to earn it at the line. Good foul as the Hoiho are facing an 18-point deficit. And I feel like they're playing pretty well, but this is all about the Kahu. Their offense is playing at another level right now. They have not played this well this season. And the unselfishness that they're playing with, the speed, this has got to be flashing warning signs to the rest of the league.
Shoes match the Rosine line from Marte Grays, who makes 2. What do you do here if you're the Hoiho? You get it to back to 11 as it was at quarter time. As you head to halftime, Casey?
And that's a 5-second call.
That is not how you're going to do it as well.
It's one bucket at a time. You know, I think the hope is you can sort of cut it down from 12 to maybe, you know, at this point you're thinking, can we get it down underneath 20 at halftime, and then the third quarter can we get it down to 10, but it's one step at a time. You have to do it possession by possession, and it starts with the stop.
Grace, excuse me, is fouled on that drive as she swept through. She will go to the line to shoot 2 from the Rosine.
I think couldn't quite see who they called that foul on. Well, it was on Cheslick, her 3rd personal.
Just the 5th and 6th time Rosine for the Kahu tonight.
Well, they don't need the stripe. They've got the 3-point stripe.
Well, they've made 9 threes to 5 free throws.
9 threes. What a performance in the first half. 9 for 17 from the field. I mean, the best shooting shooter on the team was Marta Grace coming in, and she was shooting sub-35. So as a squad right now, shooting 52. Player timeout, Sky City player timeout here to the Hoiho to discuss things about this last 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is what I like about Tauihi, is that the players get to call their timeout. Is it 1 per half?
1 per half per team.
And this is crucial time for them because they're down 22 with 3:17 to go. They've just committed a turnover in the last 30 seconds from a 5-second call on the inbounds. And then fouled Marte Grays coming through the lane as well. So time for the players to take control of the remaining 3 minutes 17. And on that player timeout, you can advance the ball past halfway.
And a great thing to do, facing the defensive pressure that has been up and in on them all night. Cheslick to the bench, so they're more of a same size lineup as the Kahu, who've lost that size advantage.
It's Dugan. There's 5 on the shot clock. Richards bobbled it, had to put it up. She almost backed it in.
Oh, get it in there. Give us some karma for the Hoiho. They deserve it.
Tupaia fires it to Ledger Walker, who drops it off to Marte Grays, and just like that, the Kahu are back at the other end, and they're twice as much as the Southern Hoiho's score. It's 48-24, and they force them into a turnover.
Yeah, they're just being sped up. They're worried about trying to get it all back, trying to counterattack, and instead, it's really hurting their efficiency. They're just unable to get those clean looks.
Wow. Speaking of clean looks, that was gorgeous.
Well, they're playing great basketball. They're really attacking the high-low off those all balls, swinging it to the next person and looking down low. Those extra passes have been made at every opportunity.
There's Russ. 6 to shoot for the Hoiho. Dugan having to put it up. Mate Gray's bobbled it. Reed has it. Dugan picks up the foul at half court just to stop the game.
Take a gamble.
Kahu run.
But that's going to be Racine opportunities again. 6th foul in the quarter on the Hoiho. They've been doubled up on the score sheet.
That's Dugan's second as well.
No, I'm just hopeful as fouls mount up. They've got enough players on the bench to counter it. Tauihi Reed continues her offensive explosion this evening. 14 points now on 4 for 4 from the field and 3 for 3 from deep. There's her first miss of the day, right as I'm talking about her perfections.
Richards from O'Neill. Snyder. Back to O'Neill.
Forced a turnover.
Off her leg. Great defense.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Damn it.
Tauihi Reed doing it on both ends, the quick hands, forcing the turnover. And every player on the Kahu tonight has been completely committed on both ends of the court.
The kick out. Why not? Reed, can it work from this side? It can't.
Crystal Ledger-Walker, she's not really influencing the buckets. She's only got 1 shot, and she's made it. That was a 3 points, but she's got 4 assists. She's got a steal, but the way she's facilitating the offense and putting pressure when she drives is just opening things up for her teammates.
Oh, Tupai with a nice look to Reed, who gets it this time on the baseline with a reverse.
Talia Tupai just scored assist number 8 in the ball game. This is one of the best scorers in the league, but she is doing it as showing her point guard skills today.
She has half the assists of the Northern Kahu in this first half.
Oh, no time on the clock. What could she do?
Nothing, unfortunately. The Kahu got a hand to it. Comes Ledger Walker. Pulls up from the Racine. Nothing but net. Crystal Ledger Walker.
Everything looks so easy for the Kahu. And you're starting to see the body language and change just a bit from the Hoiho as things are getting a little Sisyphean.
The 2 games previously before these 2 teams played, margins of 4 and 5. It's now 31.
Well, they've scored more points in this half than they did in the first game against the Hoiho.
Just getting a little ragged on that one. Mate, you're up 31.
Give it a go.
Why not?
Let's get the razzle and the dazzle.
O'Neill to Zoe Richards. Richards poked away by Tupai. Tupai was 6 on the clock, and she's fouled by Dugan, and that's Dugan's 3rd, and free throws coming at the Racine.
With just 6 seconds left in the half, a chance to add to this 31-point lead. It's even tough for the crowd in here to get cheering because they are bewildered by the results as well.
To end the half. Zoe Richards misses that, and there is a lot to talk about for the Hoiho in the second half. They are in a big hole. They are down 33 after 1 half of basketball here at Eventfinda Stadium. As we corral Tauihi Reed with Casey Frank. Tauihi Reed, a tremendous shooting performance for her. And she is just organising herself with Casey, and here she is now.
1-2.
Welcome to the court now, 2 local intermediate girls teams.
Well, Tauihi, a fantastic scoring display. You guys came out and obviously found something in the transition game. Tell me about the pace you guys are playing with.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we haven't done the best first half, so that was a big emphasis for us. And then, you know, just running against him, getting the ball up. So I think we've been doing that really well this first half.
But what about the shooting explosion you guys have today? That bucket must look the size of the entire gym.
No, it's good. I think we're doing really well finding each other, and, you know, we know each other's spots and stuff. So really good ball movement, and we're knocking down shots for each other, so it's good.
Most definitely. Good luck in the second half. It's been fantastic.
And we'll be back after the break to talk about what the Hoiho can do. And the Kahu are just cruising. They're up 33, 57-24 at Eventfinda Stadium.
So far, Tauihi Reeds, 16 points. Gray's getting the next section with 15 and the high scoring player. On the other side of the ledger is Snyder. Back on course with 12 after a big performance last time out here as well. Shot there. These two teams, of course, from North Perth and also Murray's back into the mix, showing off their talents and wares here tonight. As we see an interception to the kick go and almost turned it up straight up. Show here. Big thank you once again to our amazing sponsors. Baraka, Go Media, Loop 33, Kitski, Podium Physiotherapy, Utterly One Here in Eventfinda, and TV3. And the following leading partners from CDA, GJ, Gardner, Sky Sports, Sky City, Bolton, and New Balance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, we've got time for a shoot, 2, 1, the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa provides business opportunities to all its members by converting unutilised training capacity and access inventory into business opportunities with new customers.
Welcome back to Eventfinda Stadium, no mai haere mai. 57-24 the Kahu over the Hoiho, and the third quarter 4 minutes away. And if you're Natalie Visger, what do you say at halftime, Casey? I know you talk about just breaking this deficit down in compartments, really.
Well, at this point, you're not really worried about winning the game. That can't be your sole focus. You can't look at the score sheet. You just have to focus. Look, what are we doing? What are we doing that isn't good enough right now that can improve? And possession by possession, let's do it. Defensively, they're killing us with the extra pass. Should we sit back in the zone and junk things up? Offensively, what can we do to counter this? And just not try and win the game, but let's try and win this possession. And possession by possession, if you can string those wins together, suddenly you've won a quarter, and then you're in much better shape to go through. But, you know, we've all been on the wrong side of a whooping here and there, and occasionally these things just happen. The character they've shown, the work rate hasn't stopped, but I don't know if there is an answer for them to find.
And what do you do if you're Jody Cameron in the car? Are you the same thing?
It's the same thing you go in every time with a big lead like this. The score is 0-0. We played great. We have to forget about that first half. What comes out in the second half is a completely different thing. We did all that work. Don't let it go to waste by letting the work level drop. Let's come out with that same energy, intensity, and blow the doors off this third quarter just like we did the first half. Easy for a coach to say. At times, difficult for players to implement. Just because your mind wanders a little bit, you start playing a little bit looser, trying to do things outside of your comfort zone, and all of a sudden the game is a lot closer than it was. But at this point, it seems like the Kahu could walk on water if they chose to.
Well, as Eminem blares, this is the motivational music you need if you're the Hoiho.
That first half was just like the rap battle when Rabbit got a ticket to him. Now he's got some mom spaghetti on the shirt. What's he going to do about it?
Well, there's no Mackay Pfeiffer.
There's not.
Hoiho, unfortunately. But with under 2 minutes to go to this third quarter, and the Hoiho with a shortened bench, still on the rotation at the moment for Natalie Visger. The Kahu at home having the luxury of that bench, as I mentioned earlier. It is lopsided, but stranger things have happened. The Hoiho, they looked in trouble in the first quarter against the Fly, who looked to be cruising in Sunday's game that we called their first win of the season, and they just really battened down the hatches. Sure, they're not going to bring back maybe a 33-point lead, as with 20 minutes of basketball is pretty hard to do for any team. But you just want to see that fight again that you showed against the Fly.
It's exactly what you want to look for. You're just looking for those effort levels to remain high. Let's keep doing the right things. get ourselves in position to be proud of the effort we put forth here in the second half. Leave it all out there on the court to see what can happen. Inserting Zoe Richards into the starting lineup for the second half because the time is now. They got to get it done. Might as well try and roll the dice now. And it just feels like they've turned up the volume here at halftime.
Oh, I'm so pumped for the call of the second half, man. I'm like, I'm standing up. I want to stand. I'm like, give me 20 minutes of basketball. Let's go.
One telling stat from that first half. The Kahu, 9 for 18 from deep. Well, the Hoiho shot less threes than the Kahu made. They are 1 for 8 from beyond the arc. That is the kind of shooting display we've seen today.
Let's get this game going then. Kayla Cox will inbound the ball to Crystal Ledger-Walker or Mate Grays or Talia Tupaia. We are back underway in this game. Tauihi, Kahu, Gabriella Adams-Gave is out there getting a start. And turnover to start the game.
Changing the lineup just slightly. Strange did not get playing time in the first half, but inserted into the starting lineup for the second in place of Terrell Reed. Going a little bit bigger, I think, to counter Cheslick. And an offensive foul on Shelby Cheslick. I gotta say, I saw that differently. It looked to me like Gabby Adams-Gavitt was just physically pushing her off the line. She was just trying to make a cut, but the foul is called.
Ledger-Walker. Mate Grays. If she cuts, they're finding her, and that is just so rewarding for a player off the ball.
The Hoiho have to be concerned about the three-point line, but because of the way the Kahu are passing today, you can't just sell out on the arc. You have to worry about those cutters and everything else, and it is a difficult task indeed tonight.
Dugan flies it to the feet of Cheslick, and it's Snyder will grab it, and Gallagher has it. Kicks it out. Snyder for three. Cheslick's fouled.
Well, good look for Snyder, but better activity on the glass by Cheslick. Fighting hard for that position despite carrying her 4th personal foul. After that, getting pinged on the last offensive possession.
Cheslick down the line at the Racine. Good on the first one. Just played around the world. 46.2% from the line. Greece, Australia, Spain, and Turkey.
Is she 46.2? That looks more solid than a 46.2 this year.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's had a rough time of it early in the season, but I think she's come right.
It is tougher to shoot free throws down there. It's very cold.
That's true.
Yeah. It affects something in the inflation of the balls, I heard from the New England Patriots.
Are they slightly deflated?
Slightly. Easy bounces that way.
Mate Grays on the drive. And who did that come off? It came off Gave. So Gabriella Adams-Gave with the hustle, but it will be Hoiho ball. It's Dugan.
Oh, what a snatch.
Tupaia just ripped it out of Rusk's hands from behind.
And the dime.
Looks up. Ledger-Walker can't convert.
Talia Tupaia is just looking like she's going deep in the bag, not even really trying to pull out the offensive moves. Just the way she's defending and facilitating these today is just as impressive as some of her huger scoring outputs. Zoe Richards lets it fly, can't find it. And another rebound for Crystal Ledger-Walker. Oh, this one comes to Tupaia.
There's Mate Grays again. Helps up Snyder, who fell, and Mate Grays will go to the Rosine to shoot the and one.
I love the way Talia Tupaia is playing today, but the way she's passing the ball, it's almost like she took a bet that she could get like 15 assists. Look at this time as Mate Grays gets hit from behind at the same time she puts it in.
Mate Grays, she is going for points 20 in this game.
On 7 for 10 from the field. She's got 7 rebounds to go along with it. An assist, no turnovers, 2 steals. She is playing extremely well. Just added to the list for the Northern Kahu.
Lead is 36. Dugan hoists it up. Rory Richards with the rebound. Dugan driving, up and off the glass and in.
Shows a nice bit of skill on that one, but here they come again.
It's Michaela Cox, left hand, sweeping through, splitting the D.
Wow, I mean, that's off a made bucket, and they got a 2-on-1 break out of it. This pace is undeniable.
Gallagher. And Adams Gabbett with the rebound. It's to Pyatt. Kicking it out to Grays.
Oh, this is beautiful basketball.
Adams Gabbett down the middle. The Kahu just sharing the ball beautifully.
Oh, this is just really enjoyable to watch, the freedom with which they're playing. This is the beautiful game when it gets played like that. Passing, balls going through hands as Dugan gets another layup on the drive.
Look at them run.
Wow.
It's a 2-on-1 on a made bucket. Grays with the left hand.
That is 2 made buckets in a row where those two are just out leaking, getting the 2-on-1 action in response. This is just phenomenal. I'm at a loss for words at the speed with which they're playing, and here they come one more time. Call off the dogs, Jody Cameron.
They get the stop on that one. Coach Nelly Visger, I don't think she's sat for the third quarter. Jody Cameron, I don't think she's gotten up. Another turnover. And it's a 2-on-1 again. Michaela Cox giving it up to Ledger Walker. And that is 2 great tall fern guards. And they combine for a bucket. And it's a 40-point lead with the Hoiho calling timeout.
Whoosh. This has happened quickly. I know it hasn't happened quickly, but all of a sudden, that is a huge score line. It is happening fast. The pressure with which this squad is coming with the counterattack, and this is I think 25 minutes in the game, we're seeing where that depth of the Kahu has just really put some pressure on the Hoiho, who up to this point have only played 8 players, and one of those has only played a minute and a half.
We see our first 100-point game, Tauihi, because I know that the Phi had 99 against the Puakai back on the 17th of this month, 99 to 69.
Yeah, I don't know what the odds are on that of the TAB right now, but if they're pretty good, I'd take it, because a 100 seems like a foregone conclusion as they are going a little bit deeper into the bench now.
Jasmine Kalahi full in the game, as is Olivia Berry. It's Pyatt. He's out there, Major Walker, and Reed.
Kayla Cox getting a rest with her 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, but immeasurable pressure being put on the transition defense of the Hoiho.
Snyder. Dugan again from 3. Kalahi Fulu with the rebound. And Ledger Walker gives it up pretty quickly. It's with Reed. Kalahi Fulu screen is used. And then Olivia Berry, she spins through, kicks it out. And the 3 ball on the way. Ledger Walker. Good box out by Chesley.
Good patient offense. The Hoiho still working hard on that end.
and shoot, too strong. Major Walker looks up, Kahu running. But Hoiho get back pretty good. Major Walker trying to dump it off, and will stay with the Northern Kahu.
Well, beautiful change of direction on the crossover. A little rhythm dribble to the middle, freezing the defender, and then the quick attack back on the strong hand.
Madison Wolf in the game. I don't see a lot of Madison Wolf in this game so far.
She hasn't played a ton. I just think it's the strategy as we see her with the catch underneath and the finish with strength. But I think it was the strategy of Jody Cameron just to go all out with speed and not worry. You know, we struggled to guard Snyder all this year. Cheslick, she's got the size on us. We'll just go fast and attack you that way.
It's paid off.
Yeah, I think she's right. She might know what she's doing.
It's a quick move. Just such hard work. Samara Gallagher, though, gets that to go. Every bucket is earned by the Hoiho, that is for sure, against his Kahu defense.
Absolutely nothing easy for the Hoiho.
Kalei Fulu gives it to Berry. Berry crossing over. Good defense on Olivia Berry, but just a nice little pull up in the lane.
The confidence the Kahu are playing with is just contagious. Every player who's checking into the game has that same quick trigger, that same aggressive mindset on the cup.
42 is the lead, and we got foul. Is that on?
Crystal Ledger Walker caught that one.
Ledger Walker, it is. That's her second.
Only player on the Kahu, along with Talia Tupaya, with 2 fouls.
Tough pass and even harder to gather for Kalei Fulu.
That was a little bit of a sinker.
It was.
It would have dropped right out of the strike zone.
She just stared at it, unfortunately, as it went between her legs. So Hoiho ball on the baseline.
And we see it just drop straight
There
through.
it is. Dugan driving, dishing. Snyder, that's good. Later, Schneider puts that in.
Easy finish for her when she gets catches like that.
Gallagher just too aggressive on the read drive. Not even a drive, just a dribble.
Just trying to get something going. Are the Hoiho, but there's not much left of the toolbox to call upon.
Cole Rusk in the game. Gallagher plays hard every second, takes a seat. Reed has it. She's been knocking down threes, kicks it out. Kalei Fulu stepping through. Just too many steps on that one. Jasmine Kalei Fulu, Junior Tall Fern in her time. Getting some burn in the third quarter for Jody Cameron and the Northern Kahu.
Didn't get any playing time in the first half, but getting a little bit of run here in the second. Jody Cameron changing up the rotation slightly.
Schneider picking it out. Another rebound for the Kahu. They've been terrific on the glass. Enjoying a +9 advantage. And then good defense by Cheslett. Schneider with the ball. It's Dugan trying the three. Cheslett knew it was good as soon as she caught it. She's up on the bench with the three. And a welcome bucket for the Hoiho.
The second triple of the game for the Hoiho. Just 2 for 14 now.
37 is the lead.
Oh, that's
Wolf just too easy.
it's textbook. Hitting the corner and then the entry pass out of reach of the defenders. Not enough time for the weak side to come in. Just play after play exactly as they're drawn up in the playbook.
Dugan. Olivia Berry's, she's played some pretty good defense on Dugan. He's an accomplished player. 3 to shoot. Snyder with the fall away. Reed with the rebound. And just a little bit too aggressive on that.
I do like the way they're jumping on the rebounders now, though. That is another way they might be able to slow down this fast break attack. Get in front of the rebounder, allow 2 or 3 of your players to get back as she picks up her 3rd personal.
13 fouls, excuse me, Casey, for the Hoiho. So, yeah, just slow it down. Maybe a little bit too late, though, with this deficit, but a turnover, that will help.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step.
Oof. only got 11 minutes left to complete that journey.
I'm sure it can be done.
O'Neill lost the handle. It's just unlucky.
Might have been a bit of a hand there.
Olivia O'Neill, yeah, perhaps just a knock on the ball of her leg. Scored by the angle. Turnover. That's the last thing they need. That's the 19th turnover in this game for the Southern Hoiho. Olivia Berry driving. She's nice. I like her game.
She's a bit aggressive. She's got that good defense going. She's had a couple of solid drives to the rim. Just so much for the Hoiho to worry about as Kelahi Fulu gets the block.
Great block. Schneider for three. High arcing shot. Nothing but net for Lena Schneider.
Finding the one from deep. Finally. She's had a few opportunities. Just hasn't been able to find it, but now 1 for 4 from deep for her.
Reed loves that corner, and you can see why. She is cash money from there.
Well, just set her up Ray Allen-esque with a quick release out of the corner.
81-40. Last seconds of the third quarter. Wind down. Dugan for three. She's been more adventurous with the three, and that one fell short again, and it will be the Kahu with a big lead. 81-40. 100 is well on the cards for the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be back with the last 10 minutes of this game. Yeah, it is a bloodbath for the Hoiho on the beaches of the north. The Northern Kahu doing a job on them, 81-40. The number 1 team against the number 5 team of a 5-team league in Tauihi. And the good news is, just 10 minutes left of basketball for the Hoiho. What can they come up with just to get their confidence back? I will maybe review some of this game, Casey. What would you do? Would you just literally control out, delete, wipe, get rid of it, bin it, recycle it?
Oh, tonight it looks, a lot of it feels matchup dependent. The speed of the Kahu, I just don't think the Hoiho have options on their team that can match it, especially, you know, when the Hoiho are playing their best. It's with Cheslick out there, it's with Snyder, and that gives them, you know, a strong front court, that interior scoring, but they just don't have the personnel to match the pace right now. And if they can't counter that speed with their size inside, with offensive rebounding and finishing, as we see another fantastic finish. This time, I'm sorry, we're not even sure who that is in the score sheet. Mackenzie Chatfield, whose dad came through before the game and said she might have a chance to play today.
Yes, we even wrote that down, Casey.
He gave
Mackenzie Chatfield from Westlake?
Yeah, from Westlake.
There you go. There you go, Dad. Got to ask his name, and there she is with a rebound.
He called it. He let us know that she's got a chance to play today. I was a little dismissive, thinking Jody Cameron doesn't really play the young ladies, but
you did say that.
She's got a chance today.
Congratulations to the Chatfields.
Oh, another dime.
Another one. Marte Grace. She cuts. She will be found.
Talia Tupaya, 10 assists.
Yes. That's what we came to see.
That is. I'm really impressed with the level of basketball that the Kahu are playing. I've seen a lot of their games this year, and this is a level that I don't know if the rest of the league knew they had, but now that they see it, there's going to be some sweaty foreheads on the coaching staffs.
That is a great point. I mean, that is a team that is a shot clock violation. Unfortunately, it's that kind of game where you probably maybe want to let that go. But you've got to do your job, and I appreciate that. But also, you are completely right, though. If you are the rest of the league and you look at what the Kahu have done here and how they have struggled against the Hoiho before, they haven't obviously lost to them because they were undefeated coming into this game, and they certainly are going to stay undefeated and go to 8-0, but they've shifted up a gear, a bunch of gears. It's the back cut of Cox.
Wow.
Tauihi finds Cox.
Assist number 11. But it was only about a week ago or so. Not maybe 2 weeks that they played up here. Sorry, maybe 2 weeks. But it was a 5-point game. And it was a 5-point game that the Hoiho had a chance late in the fourth quarter to give it a go.
That's a good goal. And it's gone away the Hoiho. 7-17 remaining. Kahu 88. Hoiho 4. Drawing the foul, and we'll get to the receiving foul line. Triple substitution count. Let's welcome to the floor. Number 2, Alia Lesomape. Medicine will back on. Justin T. We're going to head to the three.
Well, I hope you can understand that we've just had some technical issues there. When Samara Gallagher careened into the scorer's bench, she knocked a plug, and unfortunately, Casey Frank and I unable to offer any assistance technically as we see a hard foul. So I'm just using our handheld mic here with Casey. And hey, Casey, great hustle.
Yeah, I was really working it. Apparently I can be a tech guy too. So I've got run around, tried to plug and unplug some things, and apparently it worked.
Your definition of tech guy was pull out the Ethernet cord and pull it back in.
Isn't that what the IT team does?
Well, all I did was twiddle some knobs and look around. I think I almost dislocated my knee trying to get underneath a table to check some plug connections. But in the meantime, this lead is 43 points. And then the last thing you need to do is put us on TV like this. This is unfair. Lewis, our producer, who's on the other end of the stadium. But yes, with 4:51 to go, the Hoiho down 45, and the Kahu still looking at 89 points. Maybe the 100 would be the goal for the Hoiho to try and stop them from getting.
And how about Ala Lusongiape with their first bucket of the points of the season to stretch the lead to 44. Nice to see everyone on the bench getting a bit of go as Tori Dugan misses out. The fast break attack starts again.
Dugan, the three, hasn't really been dropping for it in this game, but try anything you can as Ledger Walker misses that. Great rebound.
Solid defense there to force the miss, and back in transition. The counterattack from the Hoiho improving slightly as we get along in their fourth quarter.
Missed three again for the Hoiho. It has not been dropping at all. In fact, they are 4 for 22 in this game. Here's Wolf on the reverse. She gets that bucket to go down 91-45.
They're finding a little bit of activity inside and out. Madison Wolf didn't get the start, but she's playing well in her opportunities.
She's getting the rebounds as well, getting the bump, but no call. Coming up on 3:30 to go in this game. The Kahu, Leah Songa-Ape in the game. And the hustle, is it Wolf on the ground with Snyder? Still hustle. A lot of muscle for the Kahu, but a lot of speed in this game. As Shelby Cheslick checks in Snyder. She has worked tirelessly for Natalie Visger, but unfortunately just hasn't been enough.
It certainly hasn't. The work rate, it never failed for the Hoiho. Snyder has put together a solid game of 17 points, 4 boards, and 6 assists, but it was the triples draining left, right, and center that didn't matter what she did, they could stop, and maybe we see another one.
O'Neill traveled with it. Another turnover for the Hoiho. I don't know if I want to keep repeating their turnover total, but I believe it's 23.
Well, and that's just a testament to the Kahu and how they have not let their defense slip at any point in this game. Just 3 minutes left in this one. And 100 points is still in touch. I wonder if that's what they're gunning for now, trying to get it done.
Leah Songa-Ape for 3, misses that. Wolf with an offensive board again. Malahi Fulu with the hustle. And the Kahu bench love that.
Oh, stick-to-itiveness going around Shelby Cheslick to get that finish. And now defending her physically up the court. Look at the defense. It's just not stopping. The Kahu are taking nothing for granted here.
Richards misses the floater, and Wolf takes the foul. Yeah, some great teamwork tonight. not just from myself and Casey sharing a handheld microphone and commentary, but also from the Kahu, who have done a tremendous job of sharing the ball. 28 assists on 34 made field goals. They lead 93-45.
And those 28 assist goals, more than double their season average of just a fantastic display of unselfishness and great facilitation. And I think it was really led from Tauihi Basketball at the front. 12 assists, one of her lowest scoring outputs of the season with just 8. But the way she was passing the ball, that really set the table for the unselfishness that became contagious for the Kahu.
And Mitchell off the bench gets a look. Almost backed that in. Ledger Walker.
Oh, still pushing the pace. But I want to see, can they get 100? Well, not with defense like that from Zoe Richards. Working down, trying to get some teammates come across. What's the call there?
Kailali. Laifulu.
Foul.
Yeah, we got a foul call on that, on Kailai Fulu. Just a little bit too aggressive.
It looked like it was a fair challenge for the ball, but with a minute and a half left now and 7 points to go, that's where my attention's lying. Can they get to 100? They gotta want it. They gotta want it.
We'll be the first team in Tauihi 2022 to crack 100. The Phi had 99 against the Poakai. It's Chatfield. Excuse me, Leasonga Ape. Kailai Fulu for 3. Reed with the rebound on the offensive glass.
The work rate just has never stopped for the Kahu. Even on that one, the way Tara Reed just crashing, still chasing it with every chance.
I don't think 100 is on the cards, Casey, with 50 seconds to go.
That makes me sad. Oh well, I guess I can get over it.
O'Neill gets her own rebound, puts it in. Or can the Hoiho get 50? Ledger Walker. Differential of 10 between the shot clock and the game clock. Reed, she's had a great game from deep, and she'll go to the Rosine to shoot 2.
Well, she's got 19 points, so this is a chance for her to crack up 20, joining Marta Grays, who led the way for the Kahu with 25 to go along with her 7 rebounds. I mean, there are too many contributors really to mention for the Kahu. They are all across the board. But Tara Reed really set the table as she makes the first from Luzine there with the way she shot the ball in that first half. 3 for 4 at one point, 4 for 5 from deep today. And 21 points for her on the evening as the Hoiho and O'Neill dribble it up with one last possession in this ball game.
Chislick to O'Neill. 4 left in the game. O'Neill dancing with it, and that pretty much sums it up. The Hoiho, a disjointed offensive performance, short-handed on the bench. Not defeated in spirit. They tried hard all game, but the Northern Kahu came out and just smacked them in the face with speed and pressure and never let up in this game, and they are rewarded with a huge win. 95-47 at Eventfinda Stadium on a Tuesday night in the last game of round 4 of Tauihi.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was just a complete and total team performance at every step of the way. They came in with a fantastic plan and implemented that plan to perfection. And this is no shade at the Hoiho, who played solid basketball the entire night. It got difficult for them to score just because of how much pressure they were under, but they never wavered in terms of effort. It was their execution that was lacking just because of the tenacity of this Kahu team, who is just going from strength to strength, staying unbeaten on top of the ladder.
Yeah, this game has been a real wake-up call for the rest of the league. If you thought that you could push the Kahu around just a little bit, grind them out, they look like that they can change it up with a different look. And your points leaders, Marta Grays was fantastic. 25, the shooting of Reed gave her 21. Michaela Cox and Tupaia with Wolf coming off the bench. But Cox and Tupaia just controlled the tempo of the game superbly.
Yeah, it was all about tempo and all about control. They certainly controlled the rebounds as well. As you see the overall rebounding there, but team-wise, they out-rebound the Hoiho 44 to 28, dominating possession and creating opportunity after opportunity. There we see the assist led by Talia Tupaia. What an effort. Crystal Ledger-Walker with 8 of her own. And Michaela Cox with 4. As we said, that doubles their season total for assists. Lena Snyder, the work rate fantastic, leading the way in assists. A couple of blocks from both ways, but this was one-way traffic. And I'm not sure that they're ever going to get off this freeway.
A lot of turnovers in this game, and therefore a lot of steals. Hoiho themselves, with Gallagher and Snyder. Samara Gallagher, she might have cost us an audio feed, but she stole 4 possessions away from the Kahu, but Grays as well with Tupaia. And that'll be us from Eventfinda Stadium. Thank you so much for your persistence and patience in the 4th quarter with our technical problems. We managed to get there just in the end to bring you the end of the game with the Kahu big winners. They stay undefeated in Tauihi, and the Hoiho have missed out on another win after having their first of the season on Sunday afternoon. From Eventfinda Stadium, it is good night.